This video, I'm going to show you how to win with the shotgun wing T. All right, we call it gun T. Now, this is an offense we've been running for the last 9 or 10 years, probably since 2015, 2016, maybe. We've been running this a long time, and this formation has consistently been our best formation. That and the beast formation have been our two best offenses for a long time, and we've led our league in scoring pretty consistently running both of them, shotgun wing T, and then our beast direct snap stuff has been a really nice 1-2 punch for us. But our shotgun wing T stuff has been nasty, guys. I'm going to go over the formation, why we run it, formation overview, line splits, player placement, all that stuff. Kind of give you an idea of the formation and kind of the why behind it. Now, for us, we run our shotgun wing T, it's all off a jet sweep. So it's a jet series for us. So every play works off the jet sweep. Jet sweep is the core play, and then all the plays complement the jet sweep. Okay, the play action passes, the interior game, off tackle game, the backside off tackle game, and the backside edge game. It's all off of jet sweep. All right. So you can run this under center. Okay. I know this is talking about shotgun wing T, but you could take all the same plays and all the things I'm showing you, and I'm going to show you guys a bunch of game film clips as well. So that'd be cool. But you could take the same concepts and strategies and plays and just put the QB under center, and nothing changes, right? It's just obviously just then there's no shotgun snap. All right. So I'm going to go over the formation. Now this isn't your traditional wing T numbering system. This is how we number this is our number system, what I use with my kids. It's by no means the traditional wing T numbering system. Again, it's just what we prefer to do with our kids. Now, let's start off with the formation. This formation will be called split right for us. So I'm going to give you 4 formations actually that we run consistently. So if we say split right, split end is on the ball. He's 7 yards from this tackle. Okay, so he is a little bit compressed on the line of scrimmage, and tight end's opposite. So if we say split right, tight end's left. We say split left, split end's left, tight end's right. Now, if we want to go max, we'll tell the split end that he is 3 yards off of the sidelines. All right, that kind of spreads them out a little bit. But our base alignment here is 7 yards from there. And give or take, depending on the play, you could cheat these splits down. All right, now we're going to go 2-foot splits across the board. All right, why we like to go 2-foot splits is because it spreads the defense out and it helps us create natural running lanes inside, especially with our gap scheme. And 2-foot splits is great because it's not too wide to where it creates lanes and gaps for defenders to shoot, but it's also not too compressed to where you're running into a wall and you're just bringing everyone down. All right, so I think 2-foot splits is a great balance between compressed and spread. All right, now our linemen, their toes are at the heels of the center. Okay, so the center gets set. The right guard's toes are at the heels of the center. Since this is the wing T, you are going to be pulling linemen. You are going to be running gap schemes. These kids need to be as far back as you can because that'll give them great pull angles and down blocking angles, okay? So the toes of our linemen are at the heels of the center, and it's important that the center gets his splits, gets down first, then the guards, then the tackles. Because the tackle gets his split first, gets down, this kid's not going to be at 2-foot splits, so your splits won't be consistent across the line. All right, so the left guard, right guard, left tackle, tight end. Now our left wing back is what we label 3. Okay, that's our 3 back. All right, that's your traditional wing in the wing T. All right, his alignment is 2x2. That's just the base alignment. 2 yards out, 2 yards back. Now that does change depending on the play. If we're asking him to seal an edge defender, we're asking him to arc, or say we're asking him to cheat to kick out or insert, he could cheat his splits accordingly so it gives himself a better angle. So let's say we're asking him to kick out or insert. He could cheat down a foot to give himself a better kick out angle or a better angle to insert. If we're asking him to seal, he could cheat out a foot to give himself a better angle to seal that D end or seal that outside linebacker, whoever the force player is. So don't be scared to allow your kids to cheat in, out, back, or up a foot if it makes it easier for them. The defenses won't notice. Don't worry about all that. So, it's not a fixed alignment, but it's a good starting point. And this kid's also 2x2. No, it's the 4 back, our right wing. A lot of people people call this their slot. Here's our right wing back. Here's our 4. Again, he's 2x2. His alignment can very much change depending on what we're asking him to do. Now our fullback is our 2. He's offset. He's going to be on the inside shoulder of the right tackle. Again, you could have him cheat out, cheat up a little bit depending on the play. So that's our split right formation. Let's go over split left. Here's our split left formation. Again, everything I just said stays the same. Split ends to the left, tight ends to the right. Now we will go a heavy formation. We'll go heavy right. Heavy right will tell our left tackle that he is going to the lineup to the right. Tight end stays left. All right, what that does, it takes your tackles are probably your two best blockers. They're going to be your two most physical, best overall linemen, and your guards are going to be kids that are more athletic. Your two best guards, but the most athletic of your linemen pool need to be at guards. All right, and then your tight end could be your typical tight end player. Your 3 and your 4 will be your best kids. Your 2 back will be a physical, more so fullback type player, or your 3rd best kid. All right, and obviously you want a little more speed at these wings because these kids are going to be getting the ball on the edge a lot. They got to be able to catch because they are going to be utilized in the passing game. And the 2 backs more so I guess you could say your all-around best player. Could run inside, could catch, could block. He has to kind of do all those things. But let's get back into the heavy. This gives us a strong 3-man surface with 2 of our best linemen on one side. So it creates a lot of alignment conflict for the defense, right? You have 3-man surface with a wing. So essentially it's like a 4-man surface, creating that extra gap. So, it gives you a lot of power running options and different options to that side. And you could see how it could create alignment conflict for the defense. So now, let's say we're heavy left, right tackle goes to the left, tight end bumps down, two swaps, and there we go. All right, so that's the formation. This is kind of how we do it. Let's make this a little bit better. Okay. But you could see how the formation creates alignment conflicts, right? Like the tight end and 4-back, the tight end and wing-back flank is nasty. Not only does it give you a 3-man surface with a wing-back that could insert, that could double team, you could do a lot of different things with this kid, right? Let me just draw this all real quick with this tool, right? You could double a kid, you could insert, you could kick out, you could arc, you could wham down on a D tackle. There's so many different blocking options here. You could double with the tight end and tackle and have him base out. So you could see what the tight end and wingback flank does to the defense on top of having 2 passing threats, right? Could wheel him too. Could drag him across. Could run him on a post. There's so much they have to defend to the tight end wingback flank. That's not just running, right? Like it creates an extra gap. You got a strong 3-man run surface, and you got 2 eligible receivers to the side. So that's why I like this formation. You could there's so many different run and blocking combinations out of this. It's crazy. All right, but guys, this is our Gun T Playbook. I just want to real quick let you guys know we have it. This is by far our best-selling playbook. It's got 11 5-star reviews. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description, a link on the screen. But guys, this offense is nasty. We also have a 2.0 version of it. It'll give you a structured scheme that allow you to attack all areas of the field. So if you haven't seen or don't know about our Gun T formation playbook, definitely check it out. It won't disappoint. It is nasty. You want to score more points and win more games? This is the offense for you. It's great for all age levels and all team skill sets. Now let's get into a couple plays. All right, guys, we're gonna go over a couple plays. First play I'm gonna show you is our jet sweep. We're not gonna pull any linemen. This will be split right, 38 jet. This is the play that our entire offense is built around when we're in our shotgun wing T series. This is what we call our jet series. Now, what's great about jet sweep is that you only have to block 3 players to get big yardage. We get him block, get him block, get him block, we got a big play. So, we only got to block 3 players. We can make that happen. So we usually get a good play. And then what jet sweep does, it forces the defense to adjust to that. And then once they do and they start overplaying jet, because if they don't, they're going to get beat by it. So once they start overplaying jet, that's when we gut them with all the compliments. So on jet sweep, we're going to crack with our split end. Okay, he's going to crack the outside linebacker. Our 4 is going to step. We're going to seal the edge. And our 2 is going to lead block and tunnel, what we call tunnel the corner. Now, if you get pressed, man, yeah, you could outside release and run off. But why we block the corner last is because if we go to stalk block him, this corner will probably just go around him because he's going to be a good athlete in space, right? And he's going to have an impact on the play. We want this 3-back or whoever's getting the jet sweep to be right behind the 2. So as soon as that 2 takes this corner any way he wants to go, we don't need a crazy block. Whatever way that corner goes or whatever way we block him, Like if this corner slices in hard inside, boom, we just tell the two to wash him down, push him down, and we cut outside right off of it. If he slants hard outside trying to contain, we'll just kick him out. We'll cut inside of it and then bang it back outside. So it's like a lead block, right? You want your ball carrier right behind the lead blocker. Whatever way he hits, boom, we cut off of that block. So that's why we got two great down blocking angles here, and then we have the corner left alone for our two. So it gives us a great it allows us to cut off that block. And jet sweep's great play because it gets your best athletes the ball in space so quickly. The defense is standing still, and your back's getting the ball full speed. He's just going to get the edge faster than the defense can get there. Like I said, they really have to commit to stopping it. And then if they really sell out or widen out too much, that's when these complement plays really gut them. All right, so our blocking rules on jet, everyone's going to step play side. They're going to reach. Okay, we just keep our blocking rules consistent with like inside over free is what we tell our kids. If there's no one inside, they're blocking over. If there's no one inside, no one over, they're free to get a backside linebacker. So, but most teams will just step play side and try to reach block. Okay, reach that far shoulder of the lineman over them. But yeah, we just step play side, we reach, seal, boom. Obviously you need a good shotgun snap. The timing for us, our snap count is red, set, go. That's what we do on one. All right, so what initiates our motion, and the motion timing does vary. It will vary depending on your team's age, your speed, how wide you want your splits. All right, so there is some time investment in regard to getting the jet timing down. Okay, there is. That's the only thing that takes a little time, is just getting that jet motion down. And you'll get it within a practice. It's not like it's going to take a month. But for us, and I'll give you a really good starting point, for us, the jet motion starts after they hear red. So on the D of the red, that's when we're going full speed motion. So it'll be red, boom, and the back is out, full speed, set, go, hand off, and we go. Now this is full speed jet motion, right? We're not half hardening. As soon as red's done being said, boom, we're out. We are going full speed jet motion. If you got to wide him out a little wider because he's beating the snap, wide him out. If you got to have him take a step in because he's too early, move him a step in. Again, it really does depend on what your alignment and all that stuff. So make sure the quarterback catches the ball, inserts it, uses his eyes, and carries out his fake. Okay, but let this motion start on red after red. So red, and then the kid's going, set, go. And then last thing about the snap count. If you decide to use this snap count, make sure your quarterback says each word. So it's red, set, go. It's not red, set, go. Not red, set, go. Not red, set, go. Like, he has to say each word. It's red, set, go. And then we snap the ball and we're out. All right. So that's jet sweep. Here's a play we call, it's not power, we call this jet ISO. A lot of times you'll see once we run jet sweep, we have a really good jet ISO video on our YouTube. I'll try to put it on a card or somewhere on the screen. Definitely check that play out. We dive deep into our jet ISO play. It's really, really good. But here's our jet ISO. What happens after you run jet? This end widens out. This outside linebacker widens out. They don't allow us to seal them or crack down on them. They really widen out. And that's when we use their leverage, their outside leverage to our advantage. Because this looks like jet sweep all the way till he's about here. So they're going to be fitting for jet sweep. And we just step in and we base him out. We use our momentum against him. We plant, we cut in. Instead of our two back blocking the corner, he is going to insert for this linebacker. So the jet ISO play is nasty, guys. It looks like jet sweep the whole way. Once you see these DNs and outside backers widening out, or they have two force players, you're going to gut them with jet ISO. Let's go trap. All right, we're going to fake jet sweep. We're going to trap. We're going to double the nose. If the nose is covered, if the center's covered, we're going to double the nose. Right guard's going to pull. He's going to kick the first defensive lineman past the center. Okay, so this is a longer pull because it's a 5-3. If he was in the A gap, he would still trap him. Okay, so we're basically just going to block down. We're going to have a really good jet sweep fake. Two's going to come back off the midline, bang outside, inside of the kick out, and just outside of the left tackle going to the mic. Make sure no one blocks this kick out. Leave him unblocked because that's who we are trapping. All right, so that's a trap play. Here's Buck. I think we showed you a play to the edge, right? Jet sweep. We showed you off tackle play to the jet sweep side. we've shown you, which is jet ISO, jet power. We showed you the interior run off of jet sweep, and now we're going to show you the off tackle run away from the jet action. Okay, so I'm going to show you a system of plays that allow you to attack all areas of the field, and I'll give you a really good play action pass as well. All right, so on buck, this would be 25 buck for us for fake and jet. We're blocking gap down backer, no one in our gap, we're blocking down. If there's no one in our gap, no one down. Down means if there's a defensive lineman over our neighbor inside of us, that's who we're blocking. And now our left tackle, if there's no one in his gap, no one down, he's free to go to linebacker. We are pulling and we are kicking out the first defender outside our tight end. If he's head up on our tight end, we're still kicking him out. All right, so essentially the rule of thumb is we're kicking out the contained player. Against a 5-3, it'll be this kid. If it's a 4-4, you may have a DN here who we're going to block down, and you'll kick out the overhang. All right, if it's like some sort of even front defense, okay? So, and then he's going to replace. Center's going to always block backside A-gap defender. Let me show you. I'm sure there's a buck. Do I not have a buck against? Oh, sorry. All right, let's pretend there's double A-gap defenders here, and we're running 25 buck. The center is always responsible for the backside A-gap defender. So he would block here, he would block here, he would block here, and we kick out here, okay? So I wanted to give you guys just rules for double A-gaps. So that's buck. He's going to stay flat, then cut inside. We're going to get right behind this pulling guard that's wrapping for linebacker. All right, that's buck. Here's 47 reverse buck, and I'm showing this, guys, to you to one side. Obviously, same rules and stuff would apply if you're running it to the other side, all right? Just figure I say that. So now reverse buck for us. Now this is our play where we attack outside opposite of motion. So you could see we've attacked all areas of the field. That forces the defense to defend all areas of the field. And how they react to our motion will determine a lot of times what play we call. All right, so now reverse buck. We're going to maintain the same buck blocking rules for our linemen, so it keeps it simple. The only difference is on reverse buck, instead of our left guard pulling and kicking out, he is pulling with depth and he is logging this DN. He's still blocking the contained player, still blocking the guy. It's just we want to get more depth and then seal him because we are going outside. Our right guard is going to pull with more depth. He's going to wrap for this corner. All right. So the only difference is instead of pulling, wrapping inside, he's pulling and wrapping outside with depth. He's going to attack the outside shoulder. And the pull trap guy isn't pull kick guy isn't kicking. He's pulling and he's logging. Okay. And if this corner comes in motion, like if they're playing man, this corner should follow this 3 technically. And if he does, then you're just clearing out this whole side, which is really nice. And then he could just work to here. But a lot of times these corners are going to stay home. And then if you see they're not running across with your motion guy, you can throw to them, which I'll go over in a second. So that's our reverse buck. Give you a bonus play. If you got a mobile quarterback, guys, you could fake buck and then have the quarterback keep it behind your motion back. So, you get a nice little extra blocker there. So we would call this 18, it's not counter sweep, it would be lead sweep. So we're faking buck, and then we would, as this back crosses, the quarterback would pull it and run. So, you have options. If you have a mobile quarterback, you have a lot of options when you're running in the gun. All right, let's go over our post wheel. This play is nasty. Jet sweep and post wheel is a really nasty 1-2 punch. If you're going to run jet sweep, if you're going to run any plays out of this formation, run jet sweep and run post wheel. Once you see the defense is triggering up for jet ISO or jet power, really overloading that, jet sweep is going to put this kid in conflict, right? So if they're playing man coverage, he's going to have this receiver. This outside backer will technically probably be responsible for the 4. They may have the safety rollover. If they do, then that's when you hit the post. But he should be responsible for him. So once he sees motion, and keep in mind too, guys, like these kids, all the defenders can be yelling motion. As soon as you go in motion, they're all going to be yelling motion, motion, motion. The parents can be yelling motion, motion, motion. All these kids, their coaches going to be yelling motion, motion, motion. What that's going to do is just make every kid look at the motion. So it's really going to mess with their eye discipline. So I could guarantee you this kid's going to be peeking at motion, especially if it's a run down in distance. If it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, and you got to kind of throw, then post wheel isn't as effective, right? But if you run this on a 1st and 10 or 2nd and 2 on short down and distance, any run down or distance or game situation where it could be jet sweep or some sort of run this play and watch it score. But have a coach watch this kid. If this kid's triggering up for jet, whether he's blitzing here, whether he's stacking outside, once he triggers up for jet, boom, you're going to have the wheel. So we're faking jet sweep. This kid is going to continue out on a swing. the quarterback, we don't want him to exaggerate the fake too much to the jet. We want him just to kind of whip his shoulders around like he's faking to the three and then getting into a three-step drop. 1, 2, 3, plant. We're looking wheel, post to swing. Now, let's say he passes the post to the safety. The corner sits on the 4. Maybe they're playing some cover 3 and they're disciplined, or they're kind of switching man, okay, which could be a good option for this. Then you'll probably have this kid open, right? If they don't run across with him, not only will you have a +1, you have a receiver that's eligible, that's not accounted for. So a lot of times this kid will be open. How this usually goes is we'll hit the wheel, then we'll hit the post, then we'll hit this. So we'll get 3 big plays out of this. All right, make sure this kid continues running to the field, okay? Because he is that. And if you're feeling pressure, have him turn down and check to one of your best athletes on a swing pass and let him work in space. That's never a bad play either. But guys, honestly, you're going to hit the wheel here. Even if they do cover it, this kid's going to, with this outside release, this kid's going to, back is going to be to the ball, and he's going to have trouble tracking it. If he opens up with his body facing the ball, he's going to lose separation. He's not going to be able to get, he's going to get, the receiver will get separation. He's not going to be in phase with the receiver, and he's not going to be able to track the ball. So guys, hit the wheel. All right. I can show you seams and flood while we're here. Good blitz beater for us is seams. A lot of teams will start blitzing us. If we see that, we'll just check and throw to the tight end, or we'll throw here depending on who's blitzing. Another concept we like out of this is flood. All right, we got a corner from our split end, an out from our 4, and a speed out from our 3. 2 back replaces here, so you still got a pretty strong 7-man protection, but we're working flood. Great zone beater. All right, guys. Let's I'll get in some game film. I'll show you some of these plays. Okay, coaches, I'm going to go over some game film. I'm not going to spend too long on it. You can see we got plenty of game clips here, but let's go over a jet ISO play. Okay, this is a play we call jet power. First things first, you can see we're heavy here. All right, we have a tight end that was a very good blocker, very good. You know, he was like an all-around kid. So when we went heavy, we would just bring our tight end over in the same side. And then technically he's not a tight end because he's covered. Technically this kid isn't covered. He's eligible. But he was a kid that played tight end for us that was capable of blocking well too. So we moved him over. But if we go heavy right, like I'd explained in the diagrams, I would recommend taking your left tackle, putting him here, and then taking this kid and having your true tight end there. This was just something different because it fit our team. Okay, so if we're running jet sweep, okay, we would crack here, we would seal here, we would tunnel here. Now, you could see we established jet sweep first, so these guys were going wide, and then you could see how the motion, like this looks like jet sweep all the way until about here. You could see they're both triggering up wide. They didn't really show it pre-snap, but post-snap they were slanting out, so that's how we knew that we had this inside seam here. So we see on jet ISO, got a great play. We cut inside, boom, slice in, and we're gone. Great play. But you could see how it just, they take outside leverage, boom, we cut inside, we're gone. Looks like jet sweep. Got a great double team at the point of attack, and we're out. It's a great football play. All right, same team. You could see he's a little bit wider. They're slanting to motion. Since they're slanting, we knew we had this inside seam. So it looks like jet sweep. Plant, we cut inside, boom, slice back. So many times, guys, jet ISO or jet power go across the grain. You can see they're wide, boom, slices back across because of overflow. And we got a great play there. Now you can see, guys, like jet sweep's such a powerful play that like it forces the defense to overflow. Even if you don't have huge, crazy good athletes, putting them in motion and handing them the ball off while they're full speed makes them run with more power. Even if they're small, they'll break arm tackles. They'll be able to use their momentum to cut, to make a move across the momentum of the defender. So, you know, handing the ball to a player that's coming in full speed motion allows him to play faster and more powerful just because of pure momentum. Okay, so even little kids like this will break arm tackle. But you can see how wide they get. And that's when we slice it back inside. Jet ISO, boom, slant in, break that arm tackle because we're full speed. Kid needs to switch that ball to the outside hand. Do not be like that. Switch that ball to the outside hand. But nonetheless, guys, we got a great play there. Let's go buck. Let's see this buck. Okay, here's buck. All right, here's buck off of jet. We're split right. We're going a little bit wider here. We're going to down block, down block, down block, pull and kick out, pull and wrap. You can see we get a great jet sweep fake. Look at the overflow, takes the middle linebacker to jet. We got a great fake from our jet motion player. We're handing to our fullback, and then our quarterback is also a threat, and he could keep the ball and follow the two back here. So there's three possible run options out of this too. So you can see the timing's really good. Just as he's crossing, he's staying tight, going to hand off, and then, could go, any three of these kids could have it. He could keep it, he could hand, or he could hand here. You can see we get a decent pull. All right, we're going to kick this kid out. We're going to wrap for him, and we're going to get a really nice play. Good pull, kick. Just enough on him. Good play. Not worried about corners. So it's a really good buck. We go jet. I think this is from under center. This might be from under center. It is under center, but we'll show you anyway. If it was in gun, nothing changes. Okay, a lot of teams will follow our split end. It's a great job by our 4. We'll follow our split end, and then we'll run jet to the tight end side with the 2 back offset. I want to show you reverse buck. Reverse buck, nice play here. I lied. There we go. All right. This one's from under center too. Guys, I do run a lot of under center plays, but that's not bad. Let me get you a reverse buck from the gun. Here we go. I think it's from the gun.
Holgerstrom 17-yard type. Oh, wow. Big receivers on the right here on this.
It's good.
So the up tempo has been down tempoed a bit. They got receivers on the right here on this.
Down tempoed. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Here's a reverse buck. See, we're split right here. It's 1st and 10. Big jet sweep or jet ISO down. I want you guys to see they're already assuming that we're going to go this way. So that's why we called this. We knew reverse buck was going to be good because we just got to get really essentially these 2 kids blocked and we got a huge play. So 1st and 10, this is a big jet sweep down for us or jet ISO down. So we're split right here. We're going to down block. We're going to pull log, pull lead. And then we're going to have a good fake from our jet sweep player. Nice fake here. Good fake. Quarterback opens up. Get a decent pull and log. All right, we needed this kid on the outside shoulder. He needs to be on the outside shoulder. He put him kind of square. So that's not great. Great job by our guard here attacking that corner. Good pursuit, but that's a really nice play. I'm sure there's a post wheel here. There has to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a great example of one. I remember this play vividly. All right. Post wheel. Like I said, man coverage situation. They even rolled the safety over the top here. So you could see they're really selling out for jet. Look, 1st and 10 to the wide side of the field. Huge jet sweep down for us. So you could see they know that, so they're playing that. So we knew we had post wheel here. He's responsible for him in man coverage. He's responsible for him. Watch where his eyes are. He's aggressively playing jet, loses his guy. Oh, crap, we're beat. That's touchdown. This is what this jet sweep action does. It puts this kid in conflict. Oh, crap. There's my guy. Touchdown. So that's post wheel. Here's another play. I didn't show this on the play diagram, but it's a cool play. What we go is we're not down here. This is a scrimmage game, so this kid's got to get down. But this is a cool play that we probably don't run enough. It's under center. You can run this in the gun. Just pretend the quarterback would be here, and he tosses to this too. All right, we're going to go tackle over here. So we're heavy left. We're going to seal, crack. This motion player is going to lead block for the corner, and we're going to toss it out. So essentially, you're getting the same amount of blockers you would get out there on jet sweep. You're just tossing it to the 2 back. So that's a great way to utilize your 2 more on outside runs if he's athletic, more than just using him on trap or buck, or even belly or ISO. All right, so we motion across, take that, and we just toss that out. It's a nice little play there. So a nice little bonus play there. It's not shotgun wing T, but it very well could be. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video.